the Colorado Buffaloes. They were pretty terrible. One of the last winless teams in this season, and they didn't look great all year long. But
that's being nice.
Yeah, well, yeah, no, they looked ugly. It was awful.
Yeah.
They were terrible. I mean, when I say they were the two winless teams, they were like out of 130 some odd teams, they were 150.
Yeah.
Like they were lower than bringing some Division 2 teams.
Bunch of those Div 3 teams
right. So having that being said, obviously they were in the market for a new coach, and something that I don't think any of us could have ever even imagined or picked out or anything. Deion Sanders becomes the new head coach of the Colorado Buffaloes. I'm going to stop here real quick, Alex. I mean, I'm excited, but I don't know how to feel about this. Right? I don't. Where do I go from here?
I mean, you look at how everything is with transfer portal and all that nowadays. He's going to get some damn talent there. Yep. This is going to be a whole different team. And I mean, you look at how he talked to those players and said, yo, let's get to the transfer portal because I got baggage coming with me.
Yes.
I'm talent is following me and it's not you guys. So hit it was just wow. To see a coach pull that and for him to be like, say it with me and say everything, and the players are saying it right along with them, like, after he just told you guys that you should leave, I'd be like, man, screw this guy, like, but it's Deion, and he's shown that he turned Jackson State around like that,
right?
And I feel like I'll give it 2 years. I don't think year one he'll probably win about 6-7 games. Like he'll be bowl eligible with Colorado. But by year 2, I think he could have a very, very good football team there. Because there was talk of like over 200 transfer portals people out of the 1,000 plus that are there. Yeah. We're hitting up Deion saying, hey, can I come play for you in Colorado?
Yeah.
Like he's going to get some very talented players there.
He absolutely is. And look, if not for anything else, than just the name. Look, we saw what he did with the number 1 recruit. He had them flip to Jackson State and had all that interest, all that talk about, are they paying? Are they doing this? Are they doing that? We don't know the full backstory, but we do know it's Deion. And when it's Deion, people are going to come. Colin, what you think, man?
I was going to say he actually just hired, I think, or in the process of hiring one of Alabama's offensive coordinators. I think it was the offensive coordinator, but he actually is in the process. One of their coaches, I think, is the offensive coordinator. I'm not positive. I think it is in the works and should be happening soon. But yeah, he is. And then I read a little bit about the backstory, what you're talking about, Sean, about Jackson State. I think a lot of things went down there behind the scenes. I think they owed him money, and that they're not paying him that kind of stuff. And he wanted to coach the bowl game this year, but I think they're not letting him coach the bowl game because I think he was due like
they have told him $100,000
or something crazy. It was like if he made a bowl game, it was about $700,000 to $500,000, just like that. They're not letting him coach because they're not going to pay him or something like that. It's just a whole mess. So I mean, that's one of the reasons why he left. And in my opinion, I mean, I would leave. I mean, don't pay me, I'm going. But I mean, it's a shame because I mean of the environment that he created at Jackson State. But he'll do the same thing at Colorado, obviously. And a lot of those kids and coaches the luggage that he brings with him, they know how he rolls. And they may not like it right at the beginning, but I mean, it shows what can be done. If you follow him and do what he says and what he wants you to do. But I'm like Alex. I was laughing when I saw him talking to all those kids, and these kids like slouching in the chair with the hoodies and everything. Like you're going. Yep. And that's fun, dude. I mean, he's in the middle, and in his mind, he's like, all right, you going, hoodie, hat, all that kind of stuff.
But I mean, look at how he talked to those players at Jackson State. It was if you're like your arms aren't showing, you're wearing a long sleeve shirt, you're not having any jewelry showing, you're not even like mismatched socks. Like he was very, very strict on these guys. You're sitting in the front of class. If your grade slip below this, you're off the team. Like he was very strict with those guys, and they followed it to a T.
Yeah, basically his quote was,
I'm
the way I am. I'm the way I am because of what I've done. I can wear this jewelry. I can do this because of what I've done and what I've achieved. When you get here, then you can do all that kind of stuff. It ain't time to be flashy now.
Yeah.
You go to work. And I can be prime. I wasn't prime, in FSU, when I was, before I got to the NFL, then I became prime,
Right. And it's funny. And like, to your point, to your point, like you see in the locker room, like he'll say before a game, like, what do you need to have your cell phone for? If you're not locked in, you don't need to be here. Get out of here. So that I think will be great for him. Now, I do need to address the other elephant in the room, which has been brought up. Nate brought it up just the other day. With Coach Prime leaving, a lot of his rhetoric prior to that was him being at Jackson State, being at the HBCU, was to bring attention and to bring a lot of funds and money and spotlight to the HBCUs. What do we think by him moving, by him leaving? Does he broken his promise to these HBCUs, or in those 2 years, has he garnered enough spotlight? Because let's be honest, I don't know that many people had even an eye on Jackson State at all, even if you live down there. And I mean, to be honest, it takes some of the football historians to even know that that's where Walter Payton went. A lot of people don't know anything about Jackson State. Mm-hmm. So the fact that it is a household name now says something. But, and I'm coming to you, Alex, is this going along with kind of the coaching thing where it's kind of like all these coaches, oh yeah, I'm going to say what I need to say to get the guy. And then after that, it's about me getting the next job? Because I love he's growing, but it's like, do we expect him to stay at Jackson State for 20 years or something like that? Like, what does this say to him, or does it say anything?
I think if even half of that stuff that came out about the money at Jackson State is true, I think that's absolutely why he left. Yeah, because it was after $300K in ticket sales, he was supposed to get a portion of that. He never saw any of it. There was a portion of money that was supposed to come to him and his staff that never showed up. Right. He paid out of pocket for tennis courts, locker rooms, athletic facilities, and we saw these Jackson State kids being taken care of with all these fancy meals and all that. School had nothing to do with that. That was all out of Deion's pocket. Mm-hmm. Deion was paying out of pocket for these bowl games. Like, the school didn't help him very much.
Yeah.
So I think that's why he's moving on now.
Yeah. Jared said he laid the blueprint for HBCUs to follow, and he more than fulfilled his promise to them. He told them what it was from the jump. Absolutely. I love that. And then Kate said no, because Jackson State didn't keep their promise to him. They weren't doing the right thing with his money that he was bringing in. Yeah. Because look, that all that attention and shout out to my granddaddy, who is a total college football purist. And I was like, granddaddy, look at this. HBCUs on national television. We had to get prime time in here. Don't nobody want to see prime time. I don't want to see. I was like, granddaddy, but we're on TV. We're on national TV. We're only on it because of prime time. They're just paying attention to prime time. I was like, God, come on, granddaddy. This is progress. This is progress. Come on.
At least you're there. Like,
yeah.
Thanks for watching. If you like that clip, be sure to check out the other great content from the Let's Talk Football community. And as always, please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you'll be notified when more great content like this becomes available.